Hello, today we're sharing something that's really valuable on a lot of levels, and that's mindful hand washing. It helps us with our hygiene and our self-care, and the health benefits not only help us, but they benefit our friends and our friends' friends. And also, we are exploring mindfulness today, which the benefits of really help our well-being, but also ripple out into the lives of our friends and our friends' friends too. So it really makes sense to bring these together, and while we're making space for one, really embrace both of them and love two birds with one hug. This is not a splash and dash. Unless you really want to make your mindful hand washing experience a splash and dash, then maybe you want to explore that feeling of anxiety when we're rushing and all of those dynamics going on while not actually washing your hands well. But what we're going to do today is wash our hands well and dive into the richness of experience that we have when we're practicing mindfulness. Now, this brings back memories of growing up in Australia, a kid in a house full of nurses, and hearing a lot of talk about how people just don't know how to wash their hands, and kids these days just don't learn how to wash their hands. So today we're going to honor my brainwashing. We're going to learn how to wash our hands well, and we're going to dive into the richness of the experience that we have when we wash our hands and build that habit that gives us the presence and focus and relaxing into the moment that we get with mindfulness. So let's head to the bathroom and get into it. Now we're going to do this before and after we touch any commonly touched surfaces with our hands or anything that we're not sure about. And also we're going to do this especially before we touch our face. So we're going to just take a breath, slow down, especially while we're getting used to doing this mindfully. Take a bit of extra space. There's no rush here. So just being mindful to open the tap without using our hands. You might notice the smell of the water, the sound, seeing the way it's rippling and moving, like there's so many dynamics going on here. And now we're really going to savor this first touch. I can already feel extra humidity around the water. Slowly, gently, noticing the water, the impact that it has, the weight, the temperature, the way that it flows, the way that our touch changes as we connect with it. And also being mindful of our water use. We don't want to overdo it. And now getting some soap on our hands. And really lathering these hands up. This is the key part of this practice. And just noticing how that feels. Wow, slippery and invigorating and moisturizing. There's a few different techniques that we can do here, really feeling into the gaps between the fingers. Getting really into the details, feeling how this motion feels as we slip and slide between the hands. We want to do this for 20 seconds, really getting under the nails here. We can get those fingers into the palms, really scrubbing the palms, scrubbing the nails, really getting in there. And sometimes we might not be sure of our count for how long the timing is. So just erring on the side of a little longer, but we can also use a song for this. There's a nice one where we can do just 3 repetitions of the song, and we get to make sure that we've got at least our 20 seconds. And one that I like is, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. With responsible social distancing and respect. Okay, so these hands are well and truly lathered, and man, it's interesting the dynamic here because it's starting to dry up. I can notice all of these changes in sensation as we've gone through this whole process. There's more warmth here, there's a lot going on the surface of the skin, and I'm also aware of the muscles of the fingers working here. I'm aware of the bone structure because these hands are working in unison here and they're really pushing against each other, and it's a very dynamic feeling. And one thing that we can do is to really slow down these movements if we want to really soak them in and notice all of those details. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rinse the hands off. Again, pacing ourselves gently, gently. No hand touching the tap. We're going to wash these hands off, rinsing them. Noticing how that feels from the first touch to the last touch, all of those details. Thank you, thank you, thank you, water. Thank you, thank you, thank you, soap. And we can use a towel or air dry. A lot of the recommendations are to use a once only towel. I'd rather air dry. Your call. I hope this helps you get the most out of your hand washing experience. It's amazing how much rich detail we can savor when we just remind ourselves to check in and notice all of these details going on in each moment. And as we do that, as we make space for it in our day, it starts to become more of a habit, and then we kind of swim in this sea of awareness and we're able to juggle our focus, and yeah, it's a life-changing dynamic. So I hope you enjoy it. Just remembering one thing, my nose is a little bit itchy, and I'm aware that if I touch it, that I need to wash my hands again. So just remember that. And also another mindfulness practice can be having an itchy nose and being okay with it. Breathing, patient, letting it pass. I hope you have a beautiful day. See you later, and enjoy your hand washing meditation.